Hey, sorry about that. There goes our ambulance. Perfect. Maybe that's the only one tonight.
I've never known of an ambulance to work on fucking like a time schedule.
No. Well,
but every night at fucking midnight or something, it always fucking runs.
We're a block away, a week away from welfare days, so they're not quite as frequent as usual right now. But all right, let's jump in. I got nothing, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. Hi there. Happy Friday. It's October 19th, 2018, and I'm Eric. Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where for the first time ever, people actually give a shit that Kamloops exists.
Why?
The one and only government-operated pot store in British Columbia is in Kamloops. And they're all over the news. They're planning for 38, I believe, in the province, but that's the only one that's managed to open so far. But they did a big tour of it today. A bunch of politicians did a big tour of it, showing off their new fancy store. It's a joke.
Right.
But meanwhile, cops in Toronto shut down 4 dispensaries today.
Exactly.
Good thing pot's legal. I bet those dispensary guys feel real good that they protested for that for years.
Yeah, protested so you can all get shut down so they don't believe in small business. They don't allow anybody separately to make money off anything.
Well, it's no secret that the Liberal government's never been a fan of small business, but I think this is the most blatant attack on it, I think, in our lifetime, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about previous to our lifetime, and I don't care. I wasn't alive. But, yeah, it's just shocking. Trudeau is really, I'm not even kidding. He's really showing his true colors, I think, lately.
Yeah.
And I hope people are appropriately disappointed in him.
Well, it definitely seems like it. I mean, much like anything, there's the supporters on both sides. I do see supporters on Facebook of Trudeau, which I don't fully understand. My mom is kind of on the side of Liberal, but only for like certain things, which I understand. Like, she's good because Liberals are good for, like we've always said, Liberals are good for hospitals and education.
Yes.
And, well, Conservatives are not. Conservatives are good for business. Yeah, Conservatives are good for business. So,
yeah,
it's just that it all has to keep going in these bullshit ways instead of getting everybody in like these good sort of utopian society where, you know, we have good hospitals with no major wait times. We have education system that's not dated out of the fucking 60s.
Yeah.
And a bunch of privately owned businesses where people can make fucking money.
I know very few people will agree with me on this, but I guarantee you, had we let Harper navigate the last 4 years, it would have been very, very different. And quite beneficial, I think, to all of us. I really think he deserved another 4 years to get shit done. Things went well under Harper. I don't know. People tend to forget, you know, because of he had his flaws, his blocking of the media, that kind of thing. But the country ran smoothly. You never heard anything. For 4 years, you didn't hear anything because nothing was happening. He was running it well.
Yeah, it's true, but also, like I said, keep in mind, he also canned, 8,000 fucking nurses?
True.
You know what I mean? Again, it just keeps reiterating the same fucking point over and over again.
That's a lot of provincial involvement as well.
Yeah, but it was his overall decision.
That's true.
He's the one who pushed the agenda. He just made everybody else have to fucking do it.
See, that's one that baffles me. I don't get I don't understand maybe there's some sort of history to it that I don't know, but I don't know why we're not giving more power to nurses rather than less. I mean, they're more able than doctors, right, as far as I can tell, for the most part.
Yeah, doctors was one thing. They deal with everything.
Yeah, and why are we not supporting that, encouraging that, letting nurses give injections and so forth? Make them as important as they are. I don't get why we don't support our nurses. But then again, I don't get why we don't support ambulance drivers either. That just blows my mind. So, yeah, I don't know.
They have a lot of fucking brains when it comes to these people, that's for sure.
There really isn't a single good brain between them, and I don't think it's going to be any different after the election next year. I'm not real optimistic about the state of the country. I don't like the way this guy's handled it. I had high hopes for him. I really did. I wanted him to prove me wrong, and he hasn't. Unfortunately.
Well, the only thing that right of your whole statement was high hopes, because, high.
That's good stuff. Yeah, that's all we're getting. It's just puns about pot for the next 4 years. I was checking out Facebook last night, because I haven't done that in weeks. I've been totally ignoring it. And it was just constant. Every second thing on Facebook was something to do with pot.
Yep.
Even my 77-year-old aunt in Port Coquitlam was saying, "Oh, make sure you don't toke around the children."
Oh, but come on, kids need it too.
Well,
I kid about that because that's the reason why I walked out of the last 420 event.
That's right. You told me about that.
Fucking pissed about that. What a dick.
I learned it from you. Remember that commercial? I love that.
Yeah.
Where did you learn how to do this? I learned it from you. Good times. Yeah, the country's fucked. It's going to be interesting, I guess, for the next year or so. See what happens. I don't have a lot to say about it tonight, unfortunately. I'm almost numb to it at this point.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It's just gotten to be too much. I am wondering where Jake Mead is still. I don't understand why Jake Mead's not out there more, doing more. It's freaking me out that Justin could be running basically unchallenged next year. Because no one's going to support this NDP guy. Nobody knows him. Nobody knows anything about the guy. He got elected, then he to the head of the party, and then he just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Shit.
And for a very, I use this term properly, for a very flamboyant leader, you'd think he would just be out there every day. He's got the bright clothes and the bright turbans, and he's young and sexy, and it should be Bollywood every day in Toronto. He should be, Ottawa, I guess, but really it's Toronto. We all know. We all know what the real capital of Canada is.
Yeah, that's true. Ontarians definitely think so.
Oh yeah, that is my absolute favorite part of the movie Canadian Bacon. When they just wouldn't believe everyone's trying to tell them to go blow up Ottawa. And they're arguing, going, "Come on, you're trying to tell us Toronto's not the capital of Canada? How dumb do you think Americans are?" Oh, great movie. If you haven't seen it recently, I highly recommend it. It's the only decent movie Michael Moore has made in years. And it's the least fictitious one. Oh, Michael Moore burn. Real quick, just before we get into whatever the hell we're going to get into tonight, I do want to make a couple of announcements because, goddamn, I've never been so excited in my life. Some big things happening. One, I didn't tell you about because I do that. It entertains me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking to start monetizing. We are, as I said, looking for a new name for the show. Please send in your suggestions. Make it a new thing. From here out, we're going to start a new show. I'm going to say within the month. We need your suggestions. So if ever I've begged you to write in, call in, email, tweet, whatever you feel like doing, please. We have an opportunity to really look good here. We've already got some Twitter followers in the industry. Very cool. I just started that page at 3:00 this morning, and we already have followers. So yeah, we're starting to scratch the surface.
That's fucking awesome.
It really is. We're still on the outside looking in, but people are looking at us as well. It's the coolest thing that could ever happen to me. Now, the really coolest thing that could ever happen to me, I don't know if you know, Gord, but there are podcast networks, very similar to radio networks and television networks, which is they get a bunch of shows and host them and promote them and publicize them, and you're on a network, just as you would be if you were a radio station or a television show.
Shit. Okay.
There's many of them. Lots. They're all over. And they make money and they help each other out. And your good buddy Kevin Smith happens to have one.
Oh.
That he is the head of. He does several podcasts, including one with Jay Muse. I think it's called Jay and Silent Bob Are Getting Old. I haven't heard it yet. It seems really funny. I mean, anything Jay Muse does is funny.
That's true.
Anyway, we have officially submitted an application to Schmodcast, which is the Kevin Smith podcasting network. And we are anxiously awaiting a response. It's the only one I've applied to so far, just because I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility. It's a long shot, but hell, Clerks getting made was a long shot, too.
Yeah, he didn't make that for very much money either, did he?
$30,000. He worked at that Quick Stop when they filmed that. Yeah, he would.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's very true. They would close the store at night and start filming.
Oh my fucking God! I had no idea.
Yeah, $30,000 was the total budget for that film, and it ended up grossing like $3 million or something like that. Very cool. But I think if he, I like to think he's the kind of guy who remembers where he's from and wants to give other guys a chance like that. And we could be those guys. We're funny. We're good. Our show's awesome.
It's true. We are awesome.
I read some inspiring things last night, which you can probably tell by the tone of my voice. Some things that really, I think our passion is selling us the way I always thought it was. And I'm really glad I didn't fuck with the show, and I took your advice and kept it going, because we're just getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't make very many good business decisions, but I have to say that was a smart idea.
It really was. And I read a great thing last night about this guy who runs some big fucking thing. I don't know, he's the biggest podcaster ever. He started way before anybody, but he said that the 2,000 listener thing, that's not a rule. That's an industry standard, but it's not a rule. Lots of people get their foot in the door with no listeners. Depends on the show. There's no magic formula to a good show. You're a good show or you're not.
Yeah.
But all these other places I've been focusing on for the last year have this formula. You have to do this, and this, and then you'll get a good podcast. And this guy's going, no, fuck. Yeah, that works, sure, for the most part. But maybe it doesn't, Very cool. You don't need all those listeners.
You don't, the right person to hear a show or something like this, and they promote it to the right people, and all of a sudden, bam, it just fucking hit. You just never knew.
The thing I like is real personable, and that's what he said, and that's what everybody says. It's more intimate than radio, which is the most intimate form of broadcasting. You have to really touch your audience for them to want to listen to you on the radio. It's hard to keep their attention.
Yes,
podcasting's twice as hard as radio because it's so easy for you to switch.
Yeah.
So you have to be very engaging, be very personal. You can't sit there and read a fucking script. And I wouldn't even know where to begin writing one for us. And we wouldn't stick to it if we had one. So. Like, heaven forbid we ever get a radio show. We're going to get fired the first week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It'd be like the guys from Wayne's World trying to do network television. It's just not going to work. But exciting stuff happening for us. I spent the night researching us and researching podcasting and just thinking we could actually stand a chance of doing something here. Especially because we're a few steps ahead of the game. We have all our own music, which a lot of podcasters don't.
Yep.
Luckily, we're musicians, so we can make our own music. And all the guys on Twitter that I've put out to that are on the Anchor tweet thing, I don't know what you call it, Anchor feed, that offer still stands. I'm always available to write and record music for podcasts. So you can reach me through all the usual channels. isitjustme.com, anythingpossible.simdiff.com. Pretty sure it's not me at gmail.com is the new email. Go to anchor.fm. Go to any of the other emails that you have for us. Those are all still active. I just don't use them. I just like changing emails. And check out our show on lots of different platforms. So there's some really neat ones out there. Podbean's fantastic. You don't have to subscribe. You can just listen, which is really neat and rare. Same with Radio Public. You don't have to be a subscriber. You can just listen. I did hear some disheartening news that iHeart has filed for bankruptcy.
What?
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to follow up on it, but apparently the iHeart family, whatever they call themselves, they're filing for bankruptcy. So I guess people don't heart radio like they used to.
Wow, that's fucking shocking.
Well, I can imagine it's really difficult to compete because they are a radio station, and you can't compete with internet radio and podcasting. You just can't anymore.
No, it's true.
It's free. It's free to make. It's free to listen. You can't. The people won this round.
You know who radio is good for right now? Radio is good for people who drive in cars that don't have access to plugging in their fucking an MP3 or an iPod or whatever the fuck they got.
That's almost true for now.
Yeah.
But Google Auto is a pretty wicked little thing.
What the fuck is that?
Google Auto is just like Google Home, but in your car. So as long as your phone is, or your device is turned on and in your vehicle, it's pretty much totally automated. You can run with totally hands-free operate your device. Complete operation of your device hands-free. You don't even have to look at it. I've tried it just in my house. I lied to it and said I was in a car. It's very neat. All voice activated. And it responds really well. And you don't have to say the OK Google thing, which I hate. They need to get rid of that.
Wow, what's in order to talk to you have to say OK Google?
Well, on your device, if you want to use the Google equivalent of, what's her name, Siri, you have to say OK Google, and then your phone will answer. And I feel like the biggest knob. I don't know, I can't do it in public. And, OK Google.
Okay, Google, I'm ready to join the intranet.
Yeah, I just feel like an idiot doing it. I recorded my voice like 8 different ways so I could like try to look funny while I did it. Okay, Google.
Fuck it, why not?
But I do like the voice activated thing. It's really cool when you're lazy. You don't want to get up and turn on your music. You just go, okay, go, I'll play music. And it does. It's neat.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I like tech stuff. Hey, Google, send me stuff. You have a new big office here, I think. Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Send us stuff. I also tried to look up Christian Slater's agent. Didn't get too far with that one. I did find several bogus ones online, which is just ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't get online scams. Who's still falling for them?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand a lot of it, but yeah, that's just fucking weird.
Yeah, I got a text today via you
Oh.
It was an e-transfer through a text message. It was an e-transfer for $45.
Oh.
No, obviously not legit. It was spelt wrong, for one thing. And all the pictures, like, you know, when you go into the e-transfer screen, and people, watch out for this. It comes in the form of a refund from Rogers. Now, I don't deal with Rogers. I've never given Rogers money. There's no need for Rogers to refund me any money. That was the first clue. I'm getting a refund from a company I've never dealt with.
Yeah, you know that's not going to happen.
And I forget what was spelled wrong. Something really obvious was spelled wrong. I don't remember now. I'll send you the text. It's really funny. But I went to try to email it to myself so that I could email it to Rogers, and Google would not forward the email.
What?
It's I guess Google, how great are they? They blocked it. They said this email has been blocked. This particular person is known for stealing information, or this URL or whatever it is known for being used to steal information.
So they know about it, and so they're not allowing you the option to be able to share it.
Exactly.
Yeah, which I guess is a good thing. But
that's fantastic. It looked a little shady. Like I said, I'll send it to you. It just looks not sharp. Like it almost looks like screenshots of real logos and stuff, like the Interact logo and shit like that. So anyone out there, if you get a refund from Rogers, maybe be wary of it, especially if you don't deal with Rogers.
Yeah. Your first fucking course.
You know, I'm like, you know me, hey, $45. This is Rogers' mistake. Yeah. And next thing you know, Eric's broke, and so is everyone in his contact list. So I'm really glad Google's out there, listening and watching in and protecting me. As long as they're not taking pictures of me at night. Even then, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah. I still remember the first time I was ever up on, what the fuck was I on? I was on my fucking, I was on my phone, and a thing came through on Facebook saying, oh, did you know on your phone your phone's been tracking everywhere you've been? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I actually went and checked it out, and it had every fucking thing that I did, every place that I went.
Yeah.
Tracked it for 24 hours, 2 days, a week. And every time I had any form of a signal, it would tell me where I was on the times. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
See, the one thing I don't like, and I can get transcriptions. I just go on my Google settings, and they will send me a transcript of any conversation I've ever had. That's handy, but weird. And the thing I don't like is you can turn off your location on your phone, and it can still track you. Yeah, because I've always had the location turned off on my phone. I don't know why. It's just something I do. And that thing you just described, that still works. It's still tracking me.
That's fucked.
Yeah, I don't like that. You should have the option. It should be very cut and dried. We're watching you or we're not. Like you should be able to. You should have that on-off switch. In my opinion, is it just me, or should we have control over that?
Yeah, I'm actually speechless right now.
Because I don't mind. I quite like that someone's watching me. I think Britain's got it right. Not many people agree with me on that, but I don't do anything wrong.
This is funny, Eric. You might find it funny, but I'm kind of with you on this. I partially agree to I think a Big Brother thing has its absolute advantages. Wow, like cameras everywhere. You know, I just think, you know, you're in public.
Yeah.
So fuck you. Your right to privacy is fuck you. You're in public.
Just for court hearings. Like, that's just evidence right there at your fingertips at all times.
Yeah.
Photographic evidence of everything that's going on. The trials must be ridiculously easy.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you'll be saving on everything. Court costs. Everything and absolutely everything in that sense crime would drop dramatically because you can't get away from anywhere.
No.
As soon as you do something wrong, you are on camera somehow leaving that property.
And it has proven itself. Like, there's very little violent crime in England. There's still the obvious, like, property crime and stuff. I mean, junkies are junkies. It doesn't matter what country you go to. Yeah, it works.
Oh, my God. That just reminded me of something. Since you mentioned the UK. So, you know they've banned knives, right?
They banned knives.
Yeah, you know about this?
I didn't know about this, no.
Yeah, all forms of knives, aside from anything you keep in the kitchen, but you are not allowed to carry a knife on you in London.
Okay.
Okay? They've made this bullshit rule. So, a guy, you'll fucking love this. A guy gets caught with a pocket knife on him while he was working on the job site.
Okay.
Or sorry, just off the job site. I should say, sorry. He was off property of the job site, but he had an actual pocket knife on him. Not like an X-Acto knife, but an actual pocket knife.
Sure. Not rare for workers.
So, he ends up getting fined like, what was it, 600 and something pounds. That's like $1,200 to us.
Yeah, I'm actually working with an Irish guy right now who, he said it's $10 is around $13.50 at the moment.
Oh, okay, so it's not double anymore.
No.
It used to be sitting double.
Yeah, well, Brexit is fucking a lot up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But either way, it's a bunch of money. Then they fined him like $44 or $45 for some separate fee, and then he also had to pay $85 for court costs as a court fee.
Wow.
Now listen, now here's the most fucked up thing. You're gonna love this. They never took his knife. He was fined the tickets and then told, "It's okay, you can keep the knife because we know you need it for work."
Does he work in a kitchen?
No, he's a construction guy.
I'm confused now.
So he had a pocket knife.
He had a legal knife now.
Yeah, but it's a work. He uses it for work, so it's technically a work tool.
Right. Well, I was going to say, I mean, there's a good amount of jobs outside of a kitchen where you need a knife.
Yeah, absolutely. I use mine every fucking day.
as do I. I use actually a couple different ones. And in construction, I mean, it's almost. I
work in retail and I use pocket knives every day.
Well, yeah. What about box cutters?
Yeah, exactly. Box cutters are fine. Those aren't pocket knives. That's a tool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucked. It makes absolutely no sense.
No, that seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to give it back to you.
But they don't even end up confiscating it from this particular guy. They just find the shit out of him and then don't even bother taking the quote-unquote weapon. Because they know he uses it for work and needs it for work, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. That seems a little weird. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about British law, but that seems like a weird one. Oh, fuck British law. That's just a fucked up law in general. Like, the fact that decision can even be made, it's contradictory to itself. It makes no sense.
Well, they did it with guns.
Yeah, but they got rid of guns.
They totally got rid of guns.
And if they fucking get caught with a gun, they're not going to let you keep the fucking thing.
Probably not.
No.
What's
the point? What's the point in charging somebody with something if you're going to let them keep it? You don't charge the guy for possession of weed and then let him keep it.
That's true.
You don't charge a person for drinking in public for open alcohol and let them keep the fucking drink.
Oh, I'm going to challenge that one next time.
Well,
But that's another conversation. You know, it was funny. We were on this last night. And I don't want to get back on it by any means. But my father, one time, being arrested on a drunk driving charge, attacked the police with a rake that they took away from him, and then with a shovel, like a spade shovel. Yeah, they managed to get that away from him, and then he went at them with a little tiny baseball bat I had. I was about 7 or 8 years old at the time. I had this little mini wooden baseball bat. They returned the 2 garden tools when he went to jail to my mother, but they had to destroy the bat as a deadly weapon.
Oh, come on.
The 2 sharp metal garden tools were fine. The bat is a deadly weapon.
An 8-year-old's fucking baseball bat.
Yeah, it's about half the size of a real baseball bat, but it was real wood. It was whatever they are, Sherwood. I don't know. What's the big the slugger? Louisville slugger.
Yeah.
It was like a little mini Louisville slugger. Yeah, just funny that was the dangerous weapon. Laws. It doesn't matter what country you're in. Laws are just weird sometimes because idiots make them.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Look at our Senate. When Patrick Brazeau blew open the doors on the Senate when he got busted on all his coke charges and stuff, and you look at this group of people, they're the Chamber of Sober Second Thought, and they're all a bunch of retards. They've never spent a day in the real world.
Do you know who Marion Barry is?
Of course. Who doesn't?
The infamous fucking mayor of Washington.
Yeah, the guy who
caught with hookers and crack.
He made Rob Ford look good.
Yeah, and that's impressive. And he got reelected.
Yeah, that's the best part.
That's amazing.
He was an interesting guy. He had an open door policy where 1 day a week you could just walk into his office and talk to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forget. I think it was Thursdays or something like that. It was just an open door, and you got like 10 minutes with him. Anybody could just walk up. The lineups were huge every time.
That's incredible.
But he wanted to listen to his people. He was probably high as shit, but
yeah, that's probably why he did it. Way to kill time with the buzz.
Yeah, way to get his dealer in without anybody noticing.
Yeah, I'm
just gonna have 1,000 other people to come in too. It'll just look like normal.
Because that way we won't stand out.
Just stand in this lineup and pretend like you're talking to me, and then give me a bunch of crack.
And just give me some crack.
Brilliant.
I'll call you for the bitches.
And he was Washington. Why did I have New York in my mind?
No, he was Washington.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a something special.
Just everybody keep this in mind. 2021 is right around the corner. And I will be running, and I will be deadly serious. And that's Election Day is tomorrow. It's right here in Vancouver. So everybody in Vancouver, get out and vote tomorrow. Unfortunately, you can't. Well, you can vote for me. You're gonna have to add my name to the ballot. It's happened before. Feel free to do that. Anybody in Vancouver, that 50% of my audience, which was last night 5 people, so all 2.5 of you, feel free to add my name to the ballot. It'll send a message. That 0.5, you can only add half my name, but.
Just Eric.
I think my boy Kennedy Stewart's gonna run away with it. I'll post the clip of him talking to me this summer on this episode because I think he's gonna be our mayor tomorrow, and I hope he does a good job. He has my full support at this point. I hope he doesn't fuck it up because he'll hear about it in 3 years. It's been an interesting run. Obviously, you're not following it there, but you have municipal elections going on as well, do you not?
Yeah, we do. I'm not. I will be voting because I'm very ill-informed.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything, not just even about the people, but I actually know absolutely nothing about the process here. I don't know who's running for what and what's considered a ward and a where and a who and a what and the I don't know fucking.
And I'm going to say something that I'm quashing, not just in my political career, but socially. I'm putting an end to this bullshit idea that if you don't vote, you don't have a say. That's bullshit. Everybody has a say. Not everybody can vote. I don't think wasting a vote is the way to go. I think not voting is a form of protest. In my case, anyway, I will not vote for the lesser of two evils. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, if you don't vote, you don't have a say. No, fuck you. Yes, I do. That's what we talked about last night. That's what those kids died for. We all have a say. So, sorry, that's democracy. Everybody gets a say.
Absolutely.
I think the more people who vote, the better chances we have of affecting real change. But
do you want to know? Like I said, do you want to know the only time in the world that you can say to somebody, you didn't vote, you don't have a say? There's only one scenario where that fact is absolutely true.
Okay.
And that's if when the vote came out, if either it was an exact tie or one guy only won by one vote.
Yeah.
Then you can say it. Then you can say you don't have a say because you could have been the deciding vote.
Yeah.
That's it. Never gonna fucking happen.
Imagine if they knew. Imagine if they could pinpoint the guy.
Yeah.
It was going to be your vote.
Your vote would have made the difference.
Oh, the pressure.
Incredible. That's a great thought.
Imagine how you would be courted by politicians if you were the swing vote.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd just be on a yacht.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you want.
Hey, living the fucking life.
Hey, you can't drink in public. Oh, I believe that I can.
Yeah. If you want my vote, you better fucking drink in public.
I think you might want to go check the books on that one. Hey, you can't do that here. Oh, actually, those words don't apply to me ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so cool that you think they do, but no.
That would be cool. Yeah, so, and hey, guys, anybody who's paying attention, you don't want to be that guy. So get out and vote, as many of you as possible. Don't let it be between one vote. Gregor Robertson won by like 300 votes or something retarded. Literally, it was in the very low hundreds. And that's just laziness. 10% of the city voted for him. Well, voted at all. The majority of 40% of 10% of the city voted for him. That's embarrassing. Get out and vote. It's not that hard. They set up polling stations. There's literally one like every 2 blocks. There's no reason not to. And you get time off work, paid time off work, 3 hours to go 2 blocks. Yeah, they legally have to give you 3 hours to vote. I don't know. Yeah, that's not provincial. I think that's well, it might be provincial. We learned that working at Dick's Lumber, and obviously we all took advantage of it. I don't think any of us voted. But you get 3 hours off in the middle of the afternoon, why not?
Go do something.
We didn't all go together, unfortunately. It's not like they can just shut the place down. But, yeah. Oh, someone's getting beat. Oh, there's a beating going down on the street here. Oh, I don't know what he did. I heard some yelling behind me, and now there's 2 people chasing another person, and they just dropped him on the ground. It's Friday in Vancouver. I bet you it's got something to do with the election. No, it doesn't.
I fucking went through those 4 million.
Well, sir, we don't have a hell of a lot to say tonight, do we?
No, we really don't. No.
I'm sorry. It's been such just a whirlwind week for me, and I am trying to spend as much of my spare time as I can working toward building our brand and continuing with all that. I'm trying to record a new guy this weekend. Another rapper. I know these rappers tend to gravitate towards me. I mean, they're good. It's great. I don't mind. This another guy seems very talented. I don't know much about him. He's a little bit crazier. He's American. And I think he's pretty real, from what I can tell. Or he's a damn good actor.
Yes.
So he could be the one. I say that about all of them, but he could be the one.
I say that all, but it's true.
And hey, guys, I mean it. I do. If any of you guys are listening, all four of you could be the one. He's
fucking Wu-Tang if y'all got together.
Yeah. Oh, I never even thought of that. I could build my Wu-Tang.
Right?
Oh, this is why I keep you around.
That's right.
That never even crossed my mind. And they're still, I don't understand. I didn't get the philosophy of Wu-Tang, but it's still very much a thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not even that big of a fan of it myself either.
I thought that all died with ODB, but apparently not.
No? I fucking loved Old Dirty Bastard. Man.
Yeah, everybody loved Dirt McGirt.
He was awesome.
But yeah, I thought that whole kind of thing just disappeared, and I guess the young kids are really into it. But yeah, that gives me hope for the future of music, frankly. Because if something as powerful as Wu-Tang can still survive, then so can rock and roll.
You know, I can say this now since the company is virtually all shut down, but Weeds, the fucking dispensary I used to work out in fucking BC, they were in the process of doing a deal with to have a reality show where Wu-Tang was going to visit and hang out in the weed store.
In the North Van store?
Yeah, one of them was the North Van store.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was the North Van store and two of the stores over in the city. Yeah, they were actually going to go and they'd come in and hang out and smoke weed and, talk fucking weed.
Now, how did Weeds not survive? They seemed like a growing brand.
They were the largest chain in Canada.
I don't understand how they didn't survive this. That makes me really think it was just a conspiracy to get rid of dispensaries.
Yeah. Pretty much the whole thing is all because they just every time that they applied for their whatever it is, their certificate, whatever the fuck they need, they just kept denying it.
But they followed the rules better than anyone, because if I remember, when they first opened that North Van location, they didn't even sell weed.
No, the first year they didn't sell weed at all.
Because they weren't allowed, and they were very strict about that. That's when I was dating our friend, who I lived with briefly, and she used to take me there daily, just to look at bongs and shit.
Yeah, that must have been fun for you.
Oh, it's a blast. I love that stuff. You will do anything. It doesn't matter. When a hot girl might sleep with you, you will do damn near anything and pretend you like it.
Yeah, it's true.
God, I spent more time at Park Royal in those 2 months than I've ever in my entire life. Pretending I gave a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're trying on. I'm just picturing you without it.
I'm picturing you taking it off.
It's funny. We're sad creatures. We really are. I do it. I still do it to this day. I will indulge any ridiculous conversation on the off chance that some good may come of it. And I'll agree with all. Oh God, I sit through palm readings and whatever crazy tarot card readings.
Yeah, they tell you your fucking future because that was accurate.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently my lifeline is very impressive. But that's because it's on my penis.
That's right.
Oh, wait, you just read the veins? Let me show you something.
I'll show you how like a future can grow.
I don't understand. It's just phrenology. It's modern phrenology.
What's phrenology?
Where it was an actual legitimate medical practice where they studied the bumps on your head. They could tell things about your personality from the bumps on your head. And you can find phrenology charts where they show you, you know, if you have a prominent bump here and a dip here, then you're this kind of a personality. And it's a complete sham, obviously.
What to say?
It was balderdash. You're smoking a joint.
I am, and it's killing me.
That's the legal marijuana.
Oh my God.
Have you purchased the government marijuana yet?
No.
Do you intend to?
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of against it, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think anybody cares. No one, well, like you said last night, no one here would anyway, but I think in general, I get the sense nobody gives a shit.
The only thing, so here's the thing. The only really true advantage of having the weed shop right now over buying it in the street is, well, there's two. Number one, you do know that it's been tested. So you know it's clean. You don't have to worry about anybody chucking shit on it. So that's good. Although extremely rare when it happens, but nonetheless, it's still a good thing.
Right.
But the biggest thing is at least now you know what you're going to be smoking. Is it an indica? Is it a hybrid? Is it sativa? Is it sativa dominant? Is it you know the type of high you're going to get. Right now, when buying bud, you just don't know.
Right, yeah.
That's annoying. You buy it for a guy like me who really needs it for sleep. I don't like smoking sativas during the day, really. I mean, like, you know, I'll do it, whatever, but like I'm not a fanatic of it, really.
Well, that would be the equivalent of buying a big black bottle and you don't know if it's vodka or beer.
Yeah. That's just, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and it's frustrating because when you're talking even medically for it, that's a very important thing because if you give a person with anxiety and you give them a sativa, you're going to make their situation fucking worse.
Well, of course.
You give them an indica, it's going to calm them down. It's going to keep it all out. It's going to stop it from having a flare-up.
I still can't believe they shit the bed on the edible thing. That's going to bug me. I think we can put this conversation to rest this week. I don't think there's much of a story here. Definitely not as much as I hoped there would be.
No. I'm just so utterly... Why? Put a fucking picture up! Jesus Christ! Who doesn't put a fucking picture of the product? But that was knowing what the fuck it looks like.
I only do that with hookers.
Even then! Fuck!
I prefer not to know what my hooker looks like. Just give me whatever. I like it. It's always a gamble.
Do you still have shades on at night specifically so you can't see them clearly?
Oh, man, that would be... Oh, my God. Okay, what am I going to do here? Okay, I know. I have a plan.
Okay.
I'm trying to... I am deciding. I'm on a budget until Monday.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have to be careful. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, Gordon. What's your weekend looking like? Let's bore the people with that for a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm working.
Okay.
So that's working. Yep. I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'm working all 3 days. Yeah. So it's my new boss. I don't have permission from her to use her name, so I'm not going to use her name.
Good.
She's a really nice lady. She has so much different knowledge. Like, she's got the product knowledge. She knows how to sell. She's a communication specialist. She's got some amazing fucking credentials. And, like, we're talking marketing and big stuff marketing. And we every time when I mention something, she's like, yeah, you get it. That's good. We can utilize it. So, you know, it's just... there's a lot that we can learn together. And with my big mouth and her suave, this could be pretty lucrative for business because watching her work is very impressive. So
that's cool.
I'm really happy. I was a little nervous at first because she is a different type of personality. She's very soft spoken. She's not a soft person.
I like that.
Yeah, so very soft, like very, very soft, very relaxing voice. My God, I could listen to her tell me a story. That'd be great. Yeah. 3 eggs and ham, and I just fucking nuzzle up and fall asleep.
I'm going to have to meet this woman. She sounds fantastic, right?
Yeah, she's great. I do like her. So she's giving me a very intense crash course on what needs to be done and how we're going to do it and the timeline and basically the timelines that I was setting for myself for, until I should be in the point of me getting really good by this point. I literally got to call that into like a third.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I was thinking 4 to 6 months, and she's like, you've got like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the next week and a half, she's expected to be able to run the store on my own in a week and a half. So it's going to be interesting because I got to find out how everything is done in that store, how they do things, where things are stored because you got to scan all the time. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of shit I got to fucking try to take in over the next fucking 2 weeks.
And I have the exact opposite. I have the world's most boring job. There's nothing to it. I imagine, but what I did today, I wanted to put this into terms, and I was thinking how I could explain it to you. You remember doing replen with your buddy Joan?
Of course.
Imagine doing replen all day, but all the quantities are perfect and everything's exactly where it's supposed to be all the time.
God, that should be so easy.
It's ridiculous.
And yet you were still picking the wrong thing today. Impressive, my friend.
I was very upset. I was not paying attention. The not getting paid for what I'm doing thing.
Yeah.
It makes me want to pay less attention to what I'm doing. And all the numbers are similar. That's what an idiot would say, so I'll use an idiot's excuse. I mean, I picked B07 instead of A07 occasionally.
Yeah.
They're side by side on the shelf. It's going to happen once or twice.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm picking hundreds of items all day. It goes quite quickly, actually.
That's good. At least it's not a fucking boring job in the sense of being super slow.
No, you're busy. People love their auto parts. The volume of sales is ridiculous. I could only imagine what this company is worth.
Yeah. They got a lot of money. They could be paying you a lot more money.
They
could also pay you with something automatic too. So.
Yeah. Well, once they start paying me anything, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Correct.
But the wage is, I believe that honestly the wage is fair for the type of work. It's very low. It's like less than $14 an hour. But that's all I'm worth right now for what I do. And that's how I approach a job. I always give, if you're paying me $20 an hour, I'm going to give you what I think is $20 an hour worth of work.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel like I was stealing if they were paying me that much.
See, for me, it's funny. My first 2 jobs in the market. The first was working in a kitchen as a dishwasher, which was only 2 weeks, but I was 14 years old, and I worked my ass off, fucking 10 hours a night, 5 nights a week. At 14, they were going to school.
Right.
It was insane. I mean, these are full-time hours, 5 days a week. you know, but you learn. I learned a very hard fucking work ethic during all that, and then working for my parents, they owned a monument company. And yeah. So yeah, for those that don't know, yeah, I come from a family of deaf. So working for the foreman there, he openly stated to me the day I got the job, and he said, "You're the boss's son. You got to work twice as fucking hard as anybody to prove why you should be given the job and not somebody else." So he worked the shit out of me, and it lasted for fucking years. So,
yeah, I've seen that happen to a lot of bosses' kids or relatives. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what though? As much as I couldn't stand the man for most of that process, he was just fucking brutal to me for a lot of the time. No, one time he pulled a prank on me once. You know what the motherfucker did?
No.
This is fucking nuts. So he sits down and he tells me, he says, "Okay, we're putting this fucking it's called a marker. It's the stone that's flat in the ground. Take this one. It's big. It's fucking 18 inches by 24 inches by 4 inches thick. It's a big slab of it's a pretty big chunk of granite." And he says, "You need to sit on top of it for a minute," he goes, "to get it, to make sure it stays level when we pick it up." I wasn't really thinking, because I'm still in sort of training. I'm like, "Yeah, all right." So I do it. And then he takes me on the fucking crane, because he gets it all level, gets it off the ground. And then all of a sudden he yanks me up, and he sticks me at the highest extension of the thing. I'm like fucking 30 feet in the air. And it's windy. And this motherfucker went inside and ate lunch. He was in there for fucking over 20 minutes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm hanging up there like a fucking asshole. It was fucking terrifying.
That's too funny.
Yeah, so that was his idea of pranking me.
That's a good one. We actually did that to a kid at Dick's Lumber. We duct taped, or we didn't duct tape, we shrink wrapped him to the top of a flagpole.
Yeah, but at least you're safe there.
And then we all went for beers. You thought we were kidding until we just then we just didn't come back. Oh, he was mad.
Yeah, they tend to be like that.
Good. Oh, pranking your coworkers always fun, but at least the guy, yeah. I hope it was intended in fun. You know? It would have been less probably fun if he had done that to you every day.
Trust me, it only ever happened. It only ever happened once. So
because that was just your daily thing. Oh, screen time.
Yeah. No, I would not fucking around. I almost fucking hit him that day. I was so pissed.
I can't wait to be old so I can do things like that to people.
See, I'm not that, I can't pass that on. I get a good prank and all, but when you're putting a guy's life on the line, like, the wrong strong gust of wind, if that thing hit, that thing easily could have quit.
That's true.
And I would have been gone. And I would have died, because that would have fucked me up if I hit the ground, so.
Well, I, for one, am glad you didn't.
Yeah, me too. I'm quite thankful for that.
I'm happy you're not dead. Most days I can say that.
Yeah. Thank you. There's a lot of people that would, say that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not dead on most days.
I'm probably, I bet I could go about 50-50 if you really pulled everyone who knew me. Those numbers would come in pretty close. Shut up! Go get it! Go stop crime! Sorry. The police are driving up and down, kicking all the vendors off Hastings, selling their stuff.
Oh, really? They do that?
Oh, they do that, yeah. They bust it up a few times a day. And they're just they don't even get out of their vehicles. They drive around with the megaphone and pack up their things.
Jesus Christ, eh?
This is my problem with them. I go stop a crime somewhere. What the hell? Now, although I did find out it is actually illegal in Vancouver to obstruct the sidewalk for any reason. And that's how they're getting away with harassing people all day. But in the long run, like, there's a rash of murders going on in Abbotsford right now. Go look at that.
Yeah.
The 420, they were saying, well, they just didn't have the manpower to spare on 420 to go write the fines for everyone breaking the law. There was 10 fucking cops on this street all day. In this 2-block stretch, 10 cops in 5 cars driving up and down. One of them couldn't sneak away to issue one of the 40,000 lawbreakers a ticket. Hi. Wow. Sorry. Saw someone I knew. She looks good. So yeah, it bugs me when I see cops wasting manpower like that and then complaining that they don't have the resources. Well, your resources are being wasted harassing people who are trying to make a buck. And I would say maybe half are actually, legitimately selling their own belongings.
That high?
No, I'm trying to be nice.
Oh, okay.
Most of it's stolen. But it's always, you always know where your stolen stuff is. If something gets stolen, you got a good chance of buying it back.
Is it usually, I'm assuming it because it's on the street and stolen, the price points are pretty decent then.
They're generally, for new merchandise, it's 1/3 of the sticker price on anything.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
What'd she give you? Can that be said?
Ooh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute, folks. We might have a development in our weekend here. Sorry, no phone. Shoot me an email. Huh. Well. All right. Jen. I didn't know her name. I didn't know. I don't have to ask. She just it basically slipped me her number, but it says I don't have a phone. Email me. And it just says interested.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. I'll be damned.
Well done, sir. That's amazing.
I'm pretty impressed. I've met this girl all of 3 times. And the first time was when I had the face.
So has she seen you at your sort of worst? So that's good.
She's seen me at my worst. I'm not totally convinced she's not insane. But we had a good discussion about porno for pyros last time we talked. So.
Oh, I saw them live, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
I love porno for pyros, which is funny because I'm not a Jane's Addiction fan.
I am a Jane's Addiction fan, and I did very much enjoy Porno for Pyros. Yeah, I saw them on tour for their first album.
That must have been really great.
They played the album just the way the album was laid out.
Oh, I've always wanted a band to do that.
Yeah, it was great. I fucking loved it. The coolest thing about it, by the way, was that they had, during the show, it was like theatrics. Going on. They actually had like little plays.
That'd be cool.
Between songs, so all the little acting stuff. They actually basically explained what's going on with the album.
That's really neat.
It was cool. It was really fucking cool. I was blown away by the whole experience. I'd never seen anything like that at that point because I'd never seen Pink Floyd yet.
Right.
And I have to say, but there is more going on. I mean, Pink Floyd, it's all about the lights now, but
yeah.
It was kind of like, it was almost like watching Roger Waters Does the Wall.
Right, yeah. Stuff like that I really enjoy. It's too bad that 30 Seconds to Mars is so terrible because their shows are like that. They're amazing.
Really, eh?
Their live shows are like, that's what Jared Leto, he goes to Hollywood and he makes a big movie and then he takes all his millions of dollars and just blows it on these ridiculous stage shows that are incredible. But their music's kind of lame. Disappointing.
Huh.
I don't know if do you know them at all?
Do I? I don't know. That's a good question.
They sound a lot like, what was that? Those, that emo band that was really My Chemical Romance.
Oh, okay.
They sound like that.
I've heard the band. I just don't really know. I couldn't say anything about them.
Oh, their stage shows are. It's like just gigantic. They're like big Vegas-style shows, but really interesting. I could see you and I doing that. Having great stage shows. That was the only thing that ever attracted to me to Ashes of Purgatory was the theatrics of it, and the costumes, and they just got better and better as the year progressed. The real goat's head on stage, I think, probably crossed a line, but
only because of the smell.
Well, if you ever spent 10 days in a car with Chris Reaper, you'd be burying your nose in a goat's head, I'll tell you.
That's great. Gross, but great.
Yeah, that was, I'm sure they burned that Prius. That wasn't a Prius. What the hell did we... I don't remember.
I never saw it.
It was, not a Camry. Little Toyota hatchback. Anyway, not important.
Was it a Civic?
No, that's a Honda.
Oh, it's a Honda.
Toyota, I don't know. It was a little tiny Toyota, anyway.
Okay.
$700. Our whole budget. That's something that if we're ever going to compare stories, that's one just for the history books. We toured Canada for 10 days on $7.
That's amazing.
We literally left Vancouver with $7 and made it home alive.
That's incredible.
There were some scary days, but yeah, that'd be fun. I've always wanted to do an episode of the show where I just tell that story because it was a pretty epic tour story.
Well, you know what? I love epic stories, as you know.
Yes.
You tell that one, and I'll tell my Vegas story.
That would be great. You know what I was thinking? I don't really have a season per se. That never crossed my mind to have a season that ends. But if we did, I think we would be wrapping up for the season right about now. And clearly, neither of us are really tuned in at the moment. And I don't see that changing by the next time we podcast. So that might be a good idea for the next episode. Just a fun thing where we tell some stories.
So that'll be a fucking good show.
I'll tell my tour one, you tell yours. We can. It's a good one, and I've rehearsed it actually because I thought of making almost a one-man show out of it.
Fuck yeah, I'm in.
All right. Because, I was going to suggest before the end of this episode that we take a break, maybe at least for the weekend. It's been a very awesome, productive week, but I don't know that I have a lot more entertaining to say unless we go that route.
I agree. We've covered quite a bit of stuff, and I think we're starting to rehash too much of it.
A little bit, yeah. And this is just a conversation that doesn't need to be had, so I'm going to just say goodnight to everybody. Thanks for paying attention to us. Gord, you and I can keep talking off the air if you like, but this is just, wasting precious bandwidth here.
I got you.
This is all the stuff they cut off speaker every time I don't pay my bill. Funny enough, they hacked my show completely and left ours alone.
That's fucking weird.
Because our show is a separate show on Spreaker. That's full steam ahead. But my little show gets hacked every time I don't pay. I think they just don't like me, or you work there. I'm not sure what you. But Spreaker also located in New York City, so when we go on our road trip down to the Anchor studio, which Anchor, if you're listening, hint,
subtle.
We'll swing by, visit the boys at Spreaker too.
Absolutely.
I am trying to muster up support on Twitter, but it's difficult because we don't have details yet, so. It is the holiday season. I'm sure planning a road trip is going to be difficult for both of us. But starting in the new year, I think that's something we should actually seriously consider.
I fully agree.
Because I would imagine it's not too far from you, is it, New York?
No, not really. I think I can drive there in like 3 hours.
Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. You can't even drive across Vancouver in 3 hours.
Yeah.
No, that's just because the traffic sucks. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this. I was actually talking about it at length today. I really hope this isn't the episode my coworker decided to listen to. I've got a coworker. I didn't say I'd plug his show, but I'll plug his show. He's got a YouTube show. It is called Cosmata. I don't know what it is. It's a YouTube show. He's an RC guy. It's probably weird. But I said I'd watch his show if he listened to ours. So if you're bored tonight and you want to check out some on YouTube, check out Cosmata. In the meantime, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. I'm going to take the weekend off, kids. I might do a little something on Spreaker with some music and stuff. And Gord and I will be back where we trade war stories on our next episode. I think that's an awesome idea. I'm very excited about it.
That'll be fun.
I don't know when that's happening. It's basically whenever you want, Gord. You know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I'll just have to... I mean, there's a very high chance I actually will probably be available tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, if it's as early as tomorrow, great. That'd be really fun.
Record it and release it after. Like, wait a little bit to release it.
Yeah, we can do that too, yeah. That's a good idea.
So, give a bit of a build-up and give them something to wait for, and, yeah, we'll do a good storytelling.
I like that. I'll do a commercial for it tonight.
There you go.
I've been itching it for a reason to do another one. So I'm going to go look for, I believe it was Jen.
Yeah?
You enjoy your work.
Yeah, thanks.
And we will hopefully run into each other again tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on what's going on.
Sure. There's really no pressure. I'm doing a tremendous amount of nothing tomorrow, so.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody, thanks for listening. Write us, phone us, email us, do whatever. Get in touch with us. Please give me something to play on the air so that these advertisers think we're cool. And, you know, that comes with prizes and gifts and constant adulation from us on every episode. So do it on behalf of somebody, and we'll you know, send us a message. Say, hey, I'm sending you this message so you can talk about my friend who is awesome, and we'll do that. Something like that. You know, whatever you want, I'll say it. Just write me something. I'm going to go.
I got no qualms with any of this. It's just fucking give us something.
And I will check tonight. Christian Slater, always good, buddy. You know, pick up that phone.
Talk to you, buddy.
And until next time, take care of each other.
Have a good night, everybody.
Wow.
That was fun.
That was fun. It's always fun. That's the thing. That's why people like us.
That's true.
I'll probably edit that out. Yeah. Apparently they made, there was a tweet today about how they made the anchor editing thing easier, so I'll try that again.
There you go. Okay, that's cool.
I guess a bunch of people complained about it. Because it's not easy. It's a big
fucking message.
Yeah, well, they're good at that. And God damn it, they're not treating us good.
Yeah, it's true. Got no complaints.
And if it wasn't for you and me not being able to talk to you any other way, I probably wouldn't have went back to them. So.
Yeah. No, it's true.
For the one-man show, the Spreaker is the way to go. It's just so easy and user-friendly, but they don't do it's up, the distribution's up to you.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I think we're benefiting from the most, so. If I had my way, we would be lacking that, because I would have stuck with them. But that could all change when I get the computer, because I do want to try them in the Skype thing and the live podcast. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because right there, the console is built so that you can text message while you do it.
That's perfect.
So your listeners can constantly be texting throughout the show, and it pops up on the. It looks like a recording studio, like a fake recording studio, and like a radio console.
That's amazing.
With even, it's got 2 little fake tape decks that you have to load.
Nice.
It's really cool. Thing. And then it's all Skype compatible, so you and I can do what we do, but on Skype, which is neat. And free.
Yeah.
Not that this isn't, but it's a pain in the ass going through the call recorder, and then I have to change the format because it doesn't. Anchor doesn't play our recorded call, so I have to put it through a file format changer, and then I have to take that and edit it, and it's a lot of work.
Oh, it is a lot of work.
That's why people don't do it themselves. They have staff.
Suckers.
You know, Joe Rogan doesn't sit around till 3 a.m. trying to get his phone to work, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he does.
But, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to hire somebody someday. I don't know. I think I wouldn't want to. I kind of like having control over everything. The day I had a staff, I wouldn't know what to do with them. I'd probably just pay them to go away.
What are you doing here? I'm your staff. Get the fuck away from me. Here's $20.
That's why I wasn't good in retail. I did everything. And people, well, you have to direct your staff. No, they get in my way and they slow me down.
Yeah.
They make mistakes and then I have to fix them. So I end up doing the work anyway. It's better if I just do the work.
Yeah.
But they don't like it that way.
No, they suck.
We should actually, what's that kid up to? We should get Manny to produce our show, damn it.
Yeah, you haven't talked to him in a while, huh?
No, I haven't talked to him in years.
Oh, fuck. I don't even have his number anymore because my fucking phone, my last fucking phone I had in BC fucked up, and I lost all my contacts.
I wonder how I can track him down. He'd be perfect.
Yeah, Manny would do a great job. He'd have fun.
I wonder how to get a hold of him. Now, I ran into him at Cap Mall one time, and it was a weird, I don't know, he was all high. Yeah. And that was the last I saw him, because I don't go to North Van anymore unless I'm going to see my daughter.
Yeah.
There's really no reason to. There's nothing there. Like once you move downtown, you realize how lame North Van actually is.
It's very quiet.
Which I appreciated when I first moved there. I love the fact that it's so close to the city. You can get down here in 40 minutes, but you can get away from it when you want to.
Yeah. It's true. I really enjoyed North Van. I love the peace, the quiet.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that part of it.
I liked having you could escape. Like crossing that bridge, you feel very out of the city.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But for the first little while, I felt trapped too. I always had it in the back of my mind that those 2 little bridges are the only way to get off that damn thing. If those 2 bridges go, you're stuck.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a logging road that goes up through Squamish. I don't know how much that helps. Like
everything would rely on the sea bus.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, they'd have to bring in like ferries quickly.
That's something we should figure out on the show. That'd be a good episode. I don't understand. And ask anyone from any other country with water. No one gets why we have 1 ferry. Like, I was talking to this Australian girl. There's like a dozen of them in a size that the sea bus crosses. And they go all different directions and stuff. No one can explain why there's only 1 here. Like, there should be ones that go from North Van to Granville Island and shit like that.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
It's just weird. I've talked to a lot of people from other cities, like, that have waterways like ours, and they've all got lots of ferries going all different directions. They're part of the transit system. And we just have the 1 stupid one.
Huh.
That's translate. Anyway, you sound tired, and I'm bored.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting tired.
I can tell. Actually, so am I. I might sneak home early. I'm trying not to go home, quote unquote, early, because they'll cancel if I'm there too early, they'll figure out that I'm not working every night. And they'll cancel my free pass, and then I'm back to my 10:30 curfew.
Yeah.
So right now they're just operating under the assumption that I'm working every night. So I'm allowed to stay out till 3 a.m. because that was the deal on nights that I'm working.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Yeah. So but if I've gone back early the last 2 nights, and I think if I do it too much, then they'll figure it out. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go track down what'd she call herself here? Mud Guppy.
Yeah, go track down Jen.
Interested. Hope to have a guitar soon. I was gonna buy one today, but that didn't work out because I didn't get paid.
Yeah, I'll have to wait till fucking Monday.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you know what's going on with that. It could be Tuesday, but either way, I guess it'll be going to you. And then I'm gonna talk to them about just giving me a live check from now on. I don't see why they can't do that.
Yeah, you still have a bank machine to fucking cash it in, though?
Oh, I could go to Money Mart.
Oh. Well, is that expensive or no?
No, not at all. It's $3 on every 100.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's it. $3?
Yeah, $3 on every 100 plus $1 service fee.
Holy shit!
When I was with Scotiabank, it was actually cheaper to go to Money Mart than my monthly banking fees.
That's incredible.
Yeah, people think it's like this big crazy thing, and it's not. It never has been. The payday loans used to be ridiculous, but they got legislated.
Yeah, that's right. I knew what that was. I knew how bad that was.
Yeah, it used to be like 50% you'd have to pay back.
Yeah.
Now, but that turned out to be it broke some like loan sharking law or something. So I actually had a big, massive payday loan forgiven under that. There was a class action lawsuit, and I guess they just named everybody who's ever dealt with Money Mart, and I had a $700 payday loan forgiven.
No shit.
And that was the judgment in the class action lawsuit. It was really cool.
That's fucking great.
Oh, I had no intention of paying it.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones though, like I have such a good relationship with Money Mart, and I'm such a prick about it. Like I know they'll cash any check for me that they won't for other people, so I used to bring in bogus checks all the time. And because I knew they'd do it for me. Sometimes if there was a lineup, they'd just do it without even entering in the computer, because they knew mine were always good. And then, that'd be the one that guy, he sure got me. And then I pay them back $20 at a time until it's paid off.
Yeah,
they're good. If they need to figure out a way to deal with e-transfers.
Yeah, it's true.
Where they just take $3 or whatever and give you your money. It'd be awesome. Those killed Western Union, eh?
Yeah, they did.
It still exists, but it's
not nearly the same volume it used to be.
Well, I can send you any amount of money instantly for $1.50. Or I can send you... The thing about Western Union that never made any sense to me, any amount up to $100 costs you $17. So if I was to send you $1, it would cost me $17.
That's insane.
If I was to send you $99, it would cost me $17. And it got less the more you sent. Their system is stupid.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know. That's just fun.
My brother sent me money one time. I borrowed money off him when I was young. This is how I know. That's the only way I ever did it. And it was just the one time, because that's a ridiculous amount to pay.
That is a huge fucking amount to pay. That's crazy.
But yeah, Money Mart's not that bad. I've been dealing with them since I was 18, because I'm not real good at keeping bank accounts.
I've had the same bank account since I was a kid.
See, that's you and me. I've dealt with every major bank.
I even had my very first experience with this bank was amazing. I put in my very first paycheck, and it was for like, what was it? I think it was like $289. That's how much I got paid for 2 weeks worth of work, full time, 40 hours.
Yeah.
Or 80 hours.
Remember those days, eh?
And my paycheck was for $289.
Wow.
Yeah, that was terrible. I was pissed. I did all that work for fucking under $300. This is bullshit.
Right.
So I went to the bank. I put the check in, and they put the check in twice.
Oh.
And they never asked for the money back.
Wow.
Yeah, like I left part of that, like, because my mom was there, and she's like, well, you know, just don't fucking. She goes, well, don't do anything. Just leave it for now. Keep it for like I can't remember how long she said. They just say keep it for a month. If they haven't tracked it by a month, she goes, then they're not going to ask for it back.
Yeah.
So for a whole month, I had fucking an extra $289 in my account. I couldn't touch it.
Yeah, this would be another a good topic of the show, because banks used to have a sort of a thing where if it was their mistake, they didn't pursue it. Like if they overpaid you and it was their mistake, it was just forgotten, kind of thing.
That's a long time ago.
They don't do that anymore.
No, not at all.
That was back when the banks did cool stuff, when you could get $5 out of an ATM. Oh, I miss those days.
I miss those days too. It's so much easier.
Such a fucking kick in the ass when you go to the ATM and you got $18.
Yeah. Can't fucking pull anything out.
Ridiculous.
I think I talked about this. There's a fucking movie where it starts off, a guy goes in the bank, he's got exactly $20 in his account, and he goes up to the fucking ATM, and it won't let him pull the $20 out because he can't pay the service charge.
Right.
So he ends up going into the bank, and a bank robbery happens, and he ends up getting locked in the vault with a chick. And it's a really good movie for that. It's actually a really good movie. It's a lot of fun because the chick is Zoe Deschanel.
Oh yeah.
And it's a fun movie. Like, I actually really enjoyed it. I wish I could remember the name of it. I never could.
I like her a lot. I don't like her TV show, but I like her.
Yeah, exactly.
In everything but that show.
Yeah, and her music is really weird.
Yeah, there's very few of those weirdo actress bands that I like. Juliet and the Licks is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But most of them are T.J. Harvey wannabes.
Did you ever, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife?
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever heard her band?
No, I didn't realize she had one.
I'm not even going to tell you about it. Just please, hang up. When we hang up the phone, take a look. Just Jada Pinkett Smith metal band.
She sang in the movie Demon Knight. She had a really great voice.
Yeah, where do you see her this, man? You're going to be blown away.
I had a big crush on her when I was young.
Did you?
I did. Just because of Demon Knight. I love that movie.
Well, I have a feeling that after you see this, you'll be even more impressed, because it's pretty fucking impressive.
Oh, I need a good chick singer. I finally got. Do you know Mushroom Head?
Yes.
I'm really getting into Mushroom Head. A friend of mine, the new bass player for Ashes of Purgatory, turned me on to Mushroom Head. I don't know them. I
first heard about them fucking long time ago.
Oh, they're ancient. I think their first album's like 94.
I first heard about them from a tattoo artist. And that would have been in fucking early mid-90s.
Yeah, they're great. I've never heard them. I've heard the name, but I just never bothered to listen to them. But they're fantastic. So they're my new band for now. But I need a new good chick to get into, because Fiona Apple never does anything anymore.
Yeah, check it out. I think it'll be Awesome.
Well, I'm going to have to let you go here, man. I'm fading fast. And you have to drive, so.
Yeah, I hear you. I gotta go too.
Have a good day, and hopefully I'll hear from you tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see what goes on.
Sounds good, man.
See you, Chris.
Have a good night.
You too.
Awesome.
My name is Jeff.